Today I'm looking at the P85 Mark II, which is functionally identical to the P89. My first impressions were that it was physically thick. It's a large gun, it fills up the hand easily. Despite that, when a friend offered me even thicker Pachmeyer grips, I of course had to install them immediately. At this point I actually have to change my grip in order to reach the magazine catch. Standard capacity is 15 rounds, although plenty of companies sell aftermarket magazines that hold more or less depending on jurisdiction and what you want to do with it. I find it to be easily pointable. It fills up the hand, as stated earlier, and that really does give you a good grip.
Got buckle broken on my hip belt, so that's tied. Not that it was doing much anyway.
In order to give it a fair shake, I take it out into the woods a series of times. I test how comfortable it is to carry, to shoot, and simply to have on my person in general.
The Ruger P series.
There are a few iterations of the Ruger P series, and this is just one example. I plan on doing many more in the future. The common theme behind them all is they are very robust, relatively thick, solidly built, and overall cheap. Truly meant for the working man. The downsides of the P85 Mark II specifically, in my opinion, are its physically large size, although it can also be an advantage depending on what you want to do with it, as well as its slide-mounted safety decocker. This, in my opinion, really does hold it back. It's hard to reach without a good amount of retraining if you're used to modern handguns.
Oh, it won't snow. It'll be fine. Won't be any snow tonight. So as it turns out, I can carry with the hip belt here. Got a 55-liter pack on me. I just need to position the holster so that it's canted forward. Sort of out of the way up front on my hip. So not at an exact 3 o'clock, more like a 2. Well, thank God there's shelter. Oh, I needed it. Oh, man. Hold on.
I've owned this gun for a while, and I've shot it a lot. It is, in my opinion, exceptionally reliable. But that's also an example of one. It's anecdotal evidence. I also know other people whose P85s are a piece of junk. Whether that's maintenance, age, or lemons. I mean, we all know that old Ruger wasn't exactly a shining beacon of quality control. I couldn't tell you. That's for you to decide. All I can really say is, and I don't take this lightly, this is single-handedly the most reliable firearm I've ever owned in my life.
Feeling that instead of bringing a gun, you should have brought more gear.
Wow, I really did not want to admit that.
This is some steep mountain right here.
I would not be surprised if it makes another appearance on this channel someday in the future. Its ergonomics and controls are for sure its biggest downsides, though, and those aren't to be understated. They're significant issues. Even when it came out, there were better designs. In my opinion, a fair price is somewhere in the $300 ballpark. And of course, all the limitations you find on its controls can be overcome with a good amount of training and practice. I use an old-fashioned leather holster outside the waistband for my duration of the filming. Manufactured by G&G, I don't see really any problems with it. The physical size of the gun means that it's pretty hard to conceal without a jacket. I wouldn't do it under a t-shirt, for example. But you could simply buy a better holster that's meant for concealment, if you wanted to carry it that way. I've never owned one of these old-fashioned leather holsters with a thumb snap before, and it's immediately very comfortable when I put it on. I do like that. But for practical use, it's a relatively slow draw compared to what I'm used to. Again, could be overcome with training. Do I want to? Not really, when I'm just so much better with my Safariland, for example. Which brings me to my next topic, holsters. There are a whole lot of surplus and older style holsters for it, considering it was a 90s gun, that makes sense. Both Vetter and Alien Gear makes holsters for it. I've heard good and bad things about both of them. I don't own a single holster from either of those companies, so maybe ask a trusted source who already owns one, or try it out yourself in person before you buy one. Overall, even taking the P85's disadvantages into account, I really do like it, and I think the next flavor of P-Series I'd like is a P95. I'll keep you guys updated when I do buy one.
What happened? Every fucking time.
The trigger is very strange, even for a DASA. It's a very long and slow double action pull, but it's smooth and not particularly heavy in my opinion. The single action is again very long, but it's fairly light. I had to really teach myself to ride that reset in order to get good follow-up shots, because it's just such a long trigger travel.
This here is Little Buddy. Little Buddy is, he's seen better days, but more importantly than that, I asked him to show up dripped out. That was the words that I used for him. He came in a polo. How boring is that? So, because of that, Buddy here is going to be my little crash test dummy, we can call him. We're going to be testing out the double action and single action on the Ruger P85 Mark II. The way that we're going to be doing this is I'm going to have my finger lightly on the trigger. I'm not going to purposefully pull it. And I'm going to run maybe 10 or so yards with my finger on that trigger. See if it goes off while pointed at little buddy here. Now, the point of this, I don't know. Funny. That's why. Hammer cocked back. Lived that time. Let's try it again. Oh, straight in the heart. Alright guys, let's check it out. Am I still recording? Yeah. Alright, so as you can see, I shot a few times. You can see an impact right here, right here, right here. Oh buddy. Oh buddy, I'm so sorry. I have to get help. Oh no, it happened again! Buddy, Oh, I'm so sorry, buddy. That was an accident. Oh, buddy. You gotta live, buddy. You gotta live. No homo. No homo. Oh, you gotta live. You gotta live. Now here we are, out in the Arctic wildlands. What we've been hunting for days now is the elusive Arctic cat. Now all the fully grown Arctic cats are already in hibernation. Generally speaking, they hide in boomers' garages in low-income areas up north. But today I found one of the young, still out of its den. And in this state, it's legal to hunt them at any age. For they are a true menace. They're pretty dangerous, which is why I carry this. Much more powerful than one of these. And you're gonna come along for me for a hunt. That is the final shot. Now these are invasive species, so legally I can take them any time of year. But again, they only really come out when there's snow on the ground. They are closely related to Paula's cats, but much more fearsome. In fact, I think I hear one behind me now. Now I can hear this Arctic cat right under this rock. I'm gonna go for it. Killed it. I finally killed my first Arctic cat. Now you can see how closely related to the Paula's cat they are, but instead of the body being round, the body is square. Oh, what a joy. Can't believe I killed my first Arctic cat, even if it is a small one. I hope to kill many more of these. Now I'm actually having trouble screwing this in, it's such hard wood, so we're gonna do this the easy way. Oh, that's That actually works very well. Okay. Now I know.